I'm gonna set up a quick thing because I don't want to be live yet. I'm gonna just play some music and let shit roll for a couple minutes. Alright, I'll be on in a sec. Bing bong. I was already on stream at the beginning of this, I won't lie. Alright, well, I honestly don't have much to do, and I have to... This camera setup is mad annoying, but I have to be like this right now. Oh, whatever. My chair keeps getting caught on my carpet now. Fuck. Oh. You know what? I want to change my Oh, my fucking lip, bro. Ow. I have like the worst canker sore right now. Ugh. Alrighty. So I don't have much planned today. Honestly, like most of my streams. It's very hard to plan these out when I have a bunch of projects that I'm literally working on 24/7. Like when I'm not on stream, I work on them, and this is kind of like the one point in my week where I get to do whatever the fuck else besides it. So I think what we can do is maybe go over the project that I'm working on, like do some of the Cyberpunk stuff, kind of explain some things that I'm doing for it, some cool cheat-like things that I want to address, honestly, because it kind of feels like I'm lying if I don't mention it early on. And that, what else? I guess just some Blender things. And I also do want to talk about a little bit about my last video, because I had a comment on it that was just stupid as fuck. I mean, I won't lie. But also, I want to address things from my last video that I didn't mention before in the actual process of making it. Though that's probably my bad. I took like a fucking weekend to make that. Like, I wrote the script on like a Friday, recorded it on a Saturday, and just edited it all down on Sunday. So that was my bad. My bad. It's cold as fuck down here, man. It's cold as fucking shit. Damn. Alright, well, we'll get to everything in a sec. Bro, my friend just said that optics is better than CUDA. Like that it's faster. I always thought optics was slower than CUDA. Or at least when I used it, it was always slower. That's kind of crazy. I guess I hate this setup. I hate this. My camera's usually turned more this way, but I had to keep it like this for a lot of reasons, mainly because my desk is dirty and I don't like showing it off. I think if I could get my my keyboard closer, I would be happy. No, I'm gonna have to do it like this. You're just gonna see absolutely nothing. You're gonna just have this very empty space. This is not what you should do in filmmaking, by the way. Also, I have a massive canker sore, so it's gonna hurt for me to laugh for whatever reason. I feel like I have like this, like a lump in my lip. Like that's how bad it is. Oh no, I'm not using that version of Blender. I'm using 3.3, son. Do I want to do second screens right now? I guess I will. I don't usually like doing this. Especially considering the hacking. Oh my god, should I talk about hacking today? Because I got hacked yesterday and that was fucking ridiculous. That shit's dumb as a motherfucker. Alright, let me just, open up my stream on my second monitor. Bet. I have like 3 soda cans, I'm not gonna lie. This happens, man. I have a sponsorship with Pepsi that needs to be worked out. Just because of how much fucking Pepsi I keep in my room at a time. Alright, yeah, so I need to open a Blender and try and get some things going. What should I show off for some stuff that I've worked on recently for the Cyberpunk video? I guess maybe Lucy's apartment, and then maybe we could go into some of the character stuff. Those are some things that we could do. Yeah, we can do that. We'll do Lucy's apartment first because it's one of my most favorite environments I've done so far. And then I'll go over the little cheats that I went through that I should talk about at least once, because I feel very obligated to mention how I was able to get such a good environment in under a day. I do want people to be here because I do want to hear opinions on this, so I should wait. Me and my friend were using this program, by the way. I guess I'll just talk about it and then say fuck it. So I guess before I show off Lucy's apartment, because I did show off a picture of it on Instagram, on the BTS side of things, I have like a BTS highlight reel. For anybody that is a VOD watcher, I have a BTS like highlight story thing. So anytime I post my story of anything BTS related, I will add it to that. So that way you guys can get like work in progress until the thing comes out. I started that with Chainsaw Man, and I realized I liked it because I kind of like keeping people up to date to a degree. There's sometimes where I do stuff behind the scenes, which is going to be one of the things that I'm talking about. I guess I'll go over the story for it, and then maybe we'll go into like the hacking story last today, because that was annoying. That was very annoying. And I don't know if I'm good, but we're live, so that's all that matters, I guess. Yeah. So I downloaded this software. And I guess before I even talk about the software, I should mention that I had been looking for models on Lucy and David. Rebecca's a maybe being in the video, but I do really want her. I have a scene in mind that I think could really use her to look super badass. I want to try it. And Adam Smasher. So I was looking for 3D models of the characters because I was like, well, someone had to have made them. And they have. But they're all shit. The ones that you can download, at least. I went on ArtStation and found so many people had like 3D models of like all the characters. There was like one dude in particular who made like all 3 of them in like the matter of a weekend and doesn't sell them. And I was very mad. I like messaged him and everything, and I was like, please just answer me. Please. I need those models. Bad. That was the worst thing. Anyways, so in the process of trying to find the models, I couldn't find them. I'm not a character modeler. I can't model clothes. I can't model characters. So if I were to make a character model, I can relatively make clothes in a very rudimentary way that's kind of shit, and I did that for Chainsaw Man, for the zombies, and Denji himself. But Denji has a literally like a shirt and tie, like it's a pretty basic outfit. It's only his chainsaws and his head that matters, and the zombies are wearing the same thing. So that was a whole thing. But the process for it is so stupid. Like, I usually get like a base model of a character. I then like get like parts of their body. I have a whole tutorial on doing how I make characters, including rigging them and all that, before I started getting my hands on the motion capture suit. So that's a video that you guys can check out. It's like how to model or how to create and rig characters fast in Blender or something like that. It's a slightly newer video, but basically I have a process for it. So the only thing was, if I wanted this to even look any better, I needed to change the process of getting the actual base model and the process for me getting the clothes, or making the clothes, I should say, but getting the clothes, because this does lead into the software that I had to get. Basically, for the actual character model itself, I just switched to Daz because it actually has facial morphs that you can export for facial animation, as well as Visemes, which is great for facial animation, which I do have access to Rococo's facial capture stuff. So that's going to be going super hard into that later on, because obviously I'm going to be mocapping a lot for the Cyberpunk edit, which should hopefully save a lot of time, and I get to spend more time doing modeling and stuff. But basically, David and Lucy, their clothes are ridiculously hard to make. Clothes in general are hard to make. It's not something that I do, and I couldn't find anybody who could make them for me, and nor could I find an actual model to download. Annoying. But a thought had hit me, because as I was looking for models, I had found an Atom Smasher model that happened to be way too close to the actual model in Cyberpunk, like the game. And I was like, so I checked out this person's thing, and they had a Patreon, and they had all the models from the game, and they were like super accurate. And I looked, and apparently he was a model ripper, where you could somehow, because I didn't know this originally, I mean, I had like an inkling that you could do it, but it was new to me, that he basically just stole models from the game, fixed them up, and then sold them off, which is highly illegal. I looked up into the legality of this, because it was the selling of the models is very illegal. I had to look this stuff up. This is why I've been a little bit silent on it, because I didn't know if I should if I should mention it. But when I found that out, I basically looked up on YouTube like model ripping softwares, just to kind of see like how widespread they are, and they are super easy to find. I ended up finding this software called Ninja Ripper, which is like crazy good software that just scans everything in a game and gives it to you. Now, the reason I downloaded this was specifically because David's outfit in the game of Cyberpunk, you can get David's jacket and you can get most of his outfit. You can't get his like shirt with chains, but you can kind of make like a makeshift version of his outfit with like an actual jacket that is his. So in my head, I was like, why don't we just rip the game and get the jacket and the clothes, and then I can apply it to my dad's 3D model, which worked out really well. I have shown off the model before on stream. That's the process of doing that. Now, the thing is, there is also the factor of Lucy being made in the game. Or there's a factor of Lucy, right? Because that Atom Smasher model, I'm not gonna lie, I did get it because it was super accurate, and actually getting a base model from the game is super hard to even scan. So I'm getting that model. So it is quite literally the model that is in the game. So that's that. But for Lucy, her clothes, her hair, everything are not in the game yet. Or just not in the game. I don't know if they plan to or not. Same as Rebecca. But there are mods out there that allow you to get her clothes and get her body and face presets and hair and stuff like that. So my thought process is downloading that mod, running it, getting my character into a T-pose, which was another mod because I had to do that for David's outfit, and then scanning it to get the clothes. But here's the thing. That's fine and dandy because I only really needed it for the clothes. It's the one thing I just know I can't do. So I was like, fuck it. Like, we'll do that. I won't have to worry about it. I'm not cheating too much. I'm not like creating environments. But here's the thing. It does scan environments whether you like it or not. And it's very, very, very tempting to download the environment and use it. So when I found a mod for Lucy's apartment, I figured out, well, I didn't figure out, I just thought, well, I could just take a bunch of reference pictures and take pictures of the entire environment to try and recreate it. Because one of the main issues with this ripping software is it does give you textures, but they don't apply them and they don't name them properly, so it's almost impossible to like know what texture goes to what for color and stuff. So remaking your textures is kind of a necessary aspect to it. But I decided, okay, let's scan Lucy's apartment. Fuck it, like let's just do that. And it's gonna go into this, but basically because I felt so bad that I was stealing too much, and I didn't want this video to turn into something where I was just stealing from the game devs and making something like, I guess, original with the animation and stuff without even like having like a sponsor in the game, having permission to use it. Like I just felt weird. So having it as reference, I basically remodeled the entire environment with the 3D models that were there. I basically like would have like the couch or something, and I would add another version of the couch by basically adding a cube and modeling it out to just be almost the exact same, if not the exact same. And then I retextured it, which was easier to retexture at that point because everything was separated. But that made me feel less weird about it, but it is still extremely accurate, and that's the only issue. Now, the only thing I kept, because I might replace these later with AI stuff, but there's like posters and like little like screens and stuff in the game that gets transferred over, right? The posters, everything comes with textures, and the posters are the only ones that actually come with the texture from the game. So the posters are posters that are in the game. And I thought about keeping them, but I'm thinking about not, and replacing it with AI stuff. But I think now that I've explained that and talked about the model thing, which I don't want to say what software yet, because I only plan on using it for this video in particular. I have no reason to use a model ripping software in any other case, because I do anime stuff. So I'm like, why? What else could I use it for? Maybe besides stealing an environment from like Naruto Ninja Storm 4 or something, which I have thought about. But it's like, it's like I do anime stuff. This is like the first time that the anime that I'm recreating is based on a game. So I looked into other methods for it. But I'll show off the environment because I have shown pictures of this before. I'm just going to check quick. All right, yeah. So this is the environment. And it's pretty much just the environment from the game, but obviously everything here was generally remodeled to work. Some stuff that's completely custom are these holograms for the like hollow thing that is above their beds. I had to make the holograms myself with like actual news footage, and a lot of these TVs are actually displaying stuff like that. We'll go into viewport shading for a sec. Also, I made sure to like pretty much texture thing as accurately as possible, so all the textures are 100% mine. The models are basically if you think about it, technically it's basically just retopologizing what was already there. But I did like basically like soloed a certain object and then just tried to recreate it as best as I could on my own, and putting them in the same spot and all that. Which is great reference, but also very scary because I know people... It's just a weird... It's weird. Yeah, Blunder's not responding. Amazing. Love this. We'll see if it loads, because if not, I'm going to have to try and do this. Oh, there we go. Alright, yeah. So you can see stuff like this poster here are actually posters from the game. So that's the only thing, but all of these news things, it's quite literally the same 10-minute news video, which has a bunch of random different news articles put together that are on like the TVs and stuff, which are emitting light. It's great for cycles. All the neon are pretty much exact, and I tried to add like custom touches here and there. But most of this is kind of like, almost like basically what's in the game. There's even stuff that's not even going to make it to the final piece, which was this stuff, that I modeled, but I didn't texture right away, because I've been focusing on this camera angle. This one, this is like the shot with like David and Lucy sitting by the window. Another style shot, and another style shot from the bed. But we'll look at it through this one, because this is the one that I rendered for, I rendered to post on Instagram. Alright, we'll save that quick, and we'll go into rendered view. Please God, don't break. Oh, look at that. Sick. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It is crazy. This is why someone made a joke when I posted this alongside a picture of what the in-game version looked like. They're like, CD Projekt Red promised us ray tracing, and it's nowhere near as good as this. And I was like, it's very hard to compare when I'm pretty much rendering only this one room, and CD Projekt Red is rendering an entire fucking city. Like, it's kind of hard. Because when I did scan this, I got the whole city along with it. I just deleted all of it besides this. But it's cool. I really like the coloring in this. I think, honestly, before I put the holograms in, this room was very dark. So the holograms were really necessary to, I think, really finalize the look and make it feel more full, especially with the lighting over here. And it's not going to look as great with this denoiser and the samples that I picked, but the full render for this looks incredible. And currently I have the window for this with a high roughness, but it's probably going to be set to 0. I just have it high because I didn't care about the background at first. And yeah, not much is custom about this. I actually deleted a lot of extra things that I didn't really want in the scene. But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like the cyberpunk-esque environments. But that's kind of how I got this. I don't think I'm going to be using this method a lot, but it was really nice to get a lot of this stuff. And there's some stuff that I might kit bash into other projects, like stuff like the door, for instance. Here, I'll put this on. I mean, it's not separated because I actually started joining stuff, but the door can... I would like to have like assets like that where it's like door, thing like this, and I had modeled stuff even on the outside of this building. Specifically this stuff. These were on the roof of the building, and I was like, oh, these look really cool, I could use these, and obviously I remodeled them, but I used them specifically to, or I'm going to use them to scatter on top of other buildings. So that way we don't have to, when I do a building, these just go in there. But yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. This is almost what it looks like in-game. Hold up. I have a bunch of Lucy's apartment stuff. Yeah, it's this photo. This is like almost as close to... Well, this is almost the close... like the same camera angle, but this is Lucy's apartment in-game, and my version of it is this. In terms of actual ray tracing, technically, wait, it's path tracing, it's not ray tracing, right? I don't know if it's the same thing. I won't say it, but whatever. I'm actually gonna X out of this. I have a render of this. Do I have it on my desktop? No, I don't. Give me 2 seconds. I don't want to show off my Dropbox. Let me just open up. There we go. Alright. Yeah, so this was the actual render that I got in Blender with no compositing or anything on it after the fact, and then obviously in-game. I didn't realize how much they were relying on HDRIs to fill in the scene, because there is an HDRI in here, but this is like almost entirely lit by an HDRI. There's like almost no bounce light or anything like that. Yeah, especially like all the lights bouncing on the ground here, I think were really important. Also, the ground's custom. The ground in here is not even remotely similar to this, but I thought it would look better in my version to do it that way. Yeah, I really like this lighting. I'm not gonna lie. This area, ugh, so good. Love all this extra detail here for no reason, because this is like a procedural texture for the ground that I thought just looked amazing for it. Alright, let me open up Blender again. Yeah, so that's Lucy's apartment. What else did I work on? There's not much different with David's model. I have to add hair soon. I keep saying I'm gonna do hair and I haven't done it, and that's because I keep oh, wrong version of Blender. I keep changing everything that I'm doing. I think I've shown off the mega building before. Graffiti, surface imperfections. That was actually a big thing. I downloaded a whole free surface imperfection pack to add to Lucy's apartment, so that way it would just it would be there, because obviously I've never done surface imperfections to like a super high degree, so I kind of did that. Something I guess recently I worked on was this render of a nuke, because I debated on an ending with a nuke where it would just be like boo 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 and it blows up. And this is like a quick geonode of cubes just scattered everywhere randomly to give the illusion of a nuke or a city. Why the fuck did I say nuke? Nuke load. I might just delete the plane, actually. We'll delete that. But yeah, this is that. Hold up. I want the scene lights. No, scene lights. There we go. Yeah, this isn't crazy. This is just like modifiers, and I wanted to do like an Akira style explosion with the ball. But friends of mine have complained that I shouldn't use these like shapes for it. What the hell is that? Okay. So I made a second version that event. I don't know if I honestly don't even know if we're doing this, because it wouldn't really be the good ending of the game. That has volumetric smoke that I want to add a bunch of layers of this like of smoke simulation to it. So we'll see. I don't really know. I'm not a It's a big maybe. It wouldn't really be a good ending though if we did it like that and had David like nuke the entire city, because then he wouldn't be alive. I kind of want him to be alive at the end. Yeah, I mean, I've shown everything off pretty much. What else was there? Oh, I guess maybe the hacking thing, because that was a fucking... Oh, wrong button. Yeah. That's about that for Cyberpunk. I'm gonna be real, I got up like maybe an hour ago. This shit is so annoying. I have not been sleeping great. Especially yesterday, because I got fucking hacked on this YouTube channel. Crazy. I was hacked for like not even 5 minutes, and I fixed it because I'm paranoid and I always check my YouTube stuff. And for some reason there was like 5 cracks on like how to download Adobe Premiere, Photoshop, Illustrator for free on uploaded to my account. And I was like, what the fuck? What is this? What is this crazy shit? Get out my thing. So I just deleted it. But that shit was fucking terrifying, man. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is me, quite literally. I'm gonna replicate it. I was like, oh god, this Cyberpunk video. What the fuck? I was like, what? And then I just started deleting them. I somehow still had access to all of my account. They didn't change passwords or anything, which was crazy. And it was scary of how targeted it was to people in my audience who are probably looking up how to get blah 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 for free and doing that. But I guess there might be like keywords that they use, because it seemed like a broad hack outside of maybe a personal attack on me. Who knows, man? I don't really fucking know, but that shit was terrifying. I ended up doing a new password for this account and my Instagram because they're kind of connected via the same email. And I set up 2-factor on both of them because I didn't before, because I've never been hacked in like my 20 years of being on the internet. So that's crazy. I didn't expect that. Hopefully nothing happens. I'm kind of been keeping an eye on it for a week. Or I'm going to be keeping an eye on it for a week, so something doesn't happen. But that was a new experience. The only thing I can guess what happened was that I had a notification from Steam on my phone. Like straight up just like one of those things that just pops up on your home screen, or like when you're on an app, because that's where I was. It just kind of came up as a little bubble on the top. And it was a notification from Steam, but it was all in Russian. Or it said Steam in English, but everything else was in Russian. So I was like confused. And I clicked it. It opened up my Gmail app, but it didn't open up an actual email. And then I looked and the email didn't exist. So I think they got me through a notification, which is scary because I don't think that's previously been established as a thing that can happen. Like normally you get an email, it has a link, and that link fucks you. But this was like, it was straight up just a notification. I didn't click any links. So scary. Scary. Well, hopefully I'm good. I got it super early. Like when I checked the video being uploaded, because I just checked, it was like uploaded 2 minutes ago. And I was like, what the fuck? All of them were. And then someone liked one of the videos. I was like, no, don't get hacked, bro. I was like, please tell me they didn't use that. Oh, that would have sucked. I don't know. If I have a viewer out there that liked it and tried it, I'm like, fuck. He's definitely being hacked right now. Because I don't even know what they have access to. They could have access to my whole email, but I don't know if they maybe lost access because of setting up the new passwords and stuff. Or maybe they just have access to my phone. I'll wave to them. Don't hack me. Yeah. That's scary. Scary. Fuck. I don't know what else to do on stream today. I talked about Cyberpunk. I talked about the model ripping software that I used on Cyberpunk to get like David and eventually Lucy's clothes when I get to making Lucy. I don't know what else. Because there's not much new that's going on. I've been stressed the fuck out the past like couple days, and I haven't even been able to work on Cyberpunk even this weekend. Oh, I remember some dumbass. I'm not gonna call him dumb. He has reasonable points on some of them. Posted a comment on my last video, and I knew my video was gonna be like one of those things that. Hold up, you're gonna hear this for a second. I knew on this video people were gonna be mad or like somewhat not that mad. Like I didn't really know the general responses for it. So I'm not gonna call them dumb here, but they definitely I don't think know that much about CGI to a super high degree. So it's very hard to listen to certain people when they don't know what they're talking about. So they said, well, the thing about CGI in anime is that it's not an artistic choice, but a compromise. First of all, shouldn't be a compromise, should be used as a tool. And I'm pretty sure they even see it as a tool. Like Mappa sees it as a tool. Ufotable uses it as a tool. It's not a compromise for them. They just know it's going to make their process easier and better for them. So, already shit take. You can't go all out as you said because you can't go all out as you said they should, because if they animate it on ones, it will stick out a lot, and same with textures. that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It doesn't always stick out. I can see them using both 12 and 24 to certain degrees if they want to switch, because I did notice later on that Chainsaw Man was different than or like wasn't completely using 24 FPS the whole time. And then he said you can't compare Chainsaw Man and Arcane CGI, because Arcane CGI was not meant to look 2D. Nobody will look at Arcane and think it's 2D, which is different from Chainsaw Man, where the CG looks so 2D that many people said they overused it while showing a 2D clip as an example. Oh, you see, I thought he was talking about me here with the 2D clip example, because I used the 3D clip. So, fuck you. That's what you meant, but I don't think that's what you meant. It's the fact that you can't compare CG to CG, because it's the same fucking thing. It's not different. It's the same thing. CG is CG. You can compare. Because we're looking at, I think I mentioned something along the lines that like Arcane's techniques involved, like the actual techniques that go into making Arcane are the same things you could do to make something like Chainsaw Man or any anime. Backgrounds are 2D painted, same with anime backgrounds. They're both 2D painted. It's the same thing. It's just a different art style. I don't know if you know, but it's the same like medium, same like thing. It's just different style. Whatever. The character texturing, it's quite literally the same process. It's just they chose to go a toon shaded route when you don't have to, technically. And they could have added stuff. And then he was sad I didn't mention 2D smears, which I should have, to be honest, because they are pretty important, but I wasn't really thinking of them, and they're kind of obvious as a thing. That, yeah, smears make shit look better in the 3D to 2D process. If you want to compare Western CG shows with Japanese ones, look more towards shows like Beastars, which is a Japanese production, so that was kind of stupid, and Land of Lustrious, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. You're on a deep dive in anime that I don't care about. Yeah, anyways, that was that. That was fucking a dumbass comment. I mean, some of it is like, I guess, misconceptions that people just don't know about CG. Like, I feel like you're just guessing. If you don't do CG, you're just guessing. You're like, I think this makes sense because this is what people who also don't do CG talk about. It's like, yeah, I don't think you really know. But, whatever. And I think I saw a thing, because when he mentioned the 2D clip of Chainsaw Man, I was like, wait, have people been thinking that some of the 2D clips are CG? And I looked at it, and they were like, I was like, how dumb are these people that they can't see the difference between the 2D and the 3D? Oh, no. I don't know. That was dumb, to be fair, to so many degrees. Especially the Arcane take. I think the Arcane take was probably the worst take I've ever heard. CG, just workflow's different. And they draw on top of their 3D models. That's the dumb thing. So yeah, I guess this is just a lesson. If you don't know anything about CG, don't talk to me. If you do, I would rather hear your opinion than anybody else. And that's about it. How long have I been streaming for? Almost an hour? Bet. I am going to be ending in an hour. I'm thinking like hour-long streams are kind of the way I'm doing these from now on. Also, that was kind of a joke. I don't care if people, if you know slightly anything about CGI or don't actually do it, I don't really care if you give me your opinion on it. It's kind of whatever. I'm like only gonna like take your opinion seriously if it's like a genuinely good comment. Like the smear comment was actually pretty decent to like hear. And like, I guess the idea of compromise is kind of a thing. Like, I know people see it as a compromise, but not all studios have been seeing it that way recently. Because if it was a compromise, they probably wouldn't have used it. Because most of the companies at least take somewhat pride in the things that they make, that they think that CG is just going to be better off for them in making their things better and more efficient. I guess maybe efficiency, for the sake of efficiency rather than compromise, is probably a better take. But yeah. First time I've ever gotten a comment where someone actually had to explain, where like wanted to like really go in depth, because they sent like a whole ass fucking paragraph on it. So I was like, damn. I knew that video was gonna set off some people. I'm so down though. We're gonna be making more of those videos. I love hearing people's either shit opinions or just opinions on it. It's hard to take them all seriously, but when you only get like that one, when you have 2 comments in your video and one of them is just this long in-depth explanation, it's very hard to ignore it when there's only 2 comments on the whole thing. It's fun. It's funny though. Yeah. I guess I'll probably make another video on it at some point. I did kind of tell him, I was like, appreciate the feedback. Well, I explained my point further, which I just did on stream, but I explained my point further, just in writing. And then I said, like, thanks for the feedback, whatever. I'll, probably make another video on it at some point when I get back onto the topic. So yeah. Also, can you tell me, it's very hard to listen to take somebody seriously when their fucking when their username is yeah boy with no profile pic, like just the Gmail fucking like Y as your thing. It's very hard to take that seriously. Like, it seems like you just watch anime and you're still a 2D purist. 'Cause that's what most anime fans are, 2D purists. Oh, I just saw, what's it called? A quick thing. What was it called? Rococo. I made a horror edit. I, like, kept it secret for, like, a week, but I made, like, a quick, like, horror video for Halloween, which was cool. And if you look deep in the image, you might see something. But I'm pretty sure it's obvious enough that people will see it, so that's why I'm kind of, like, it's all good. But I used my motion capture suit for like the first time in like a practical edit, because I do want to test it out. I haven't really been able to use it, and I spent $4 grand on it, and I don't want it to just sit under there. It's quite literally under here, under that bed. So yeah. I don't know what else to do on stream. I'm kind of waiting out because I want to end this at like an hour. I don't have much else to talk about. Trying to think. What else could I talk about? I guess I want to talk a little bit more about the model ripping software that I found. So here's the thing. I'm not going to release what software it is specifically. You can easily just YouTube search model ripping software and you'll probably find the exact one. I don't remember if I even said the name of it on stream. I might have, but I don't remember. The thing is, I had to look up the legal stuff with that, considering I wanted to use it for an animation, and I guess like the most I can find were on people making 3D prints of it, like using the model to 3D print the models from the game in real life, which is like, I guess, a cool use for it. But the main thing was apparently you can't sell the model. So as long as you're not selling the model and distributing it or making money off of it, you're good. Now, I'm doing it for an animation, and I'm not selling the models, so that's a big thing. But also, I'm technically not making any money off of it now, because I don't have enough to even do AdSense yet, nor do I even have a sponsorship. Though, this is very important, CD Projekt Red just set up a studio 1 state away from me, so it's like an hour drive. So I thought about it. I really want to see if it's possible for CD Projekt Red to either give me permission to use their models, or if I can and maybe at least just be sponsored for it and just keep doing what I'm doing, because then I would feel less bad about the model ripping stuff if I just had the models for them. That would be great. Just let me do my thing. But they probably wouldn't do that until the video's done, because I know this video is going to be way better than any other video that I've made, even Chainsaw Man, because honestly Chainsaw Man was a bit rushed. Not like super rushed, but there was too many things that happened in the middle of it that I couldn't spend a whole lot of time. I like just now got my motion capture suit a day after Chainsaw Man got released, so now I'm kind of like, well, now everything's faster. Like I can just make an animation in like a day, which I did for the Halloween thing. That took me a day to make, and it took me a whole other day to render because I was doing it in cycles. But yeah, I mean, now that everything's easier, I'm pretty sure this one's going to be a lot better, because now I get to focus more on making sure that the rig on the characters are great, making sure the sims work, making sure the models look better, rather than in Chainsaw Man where I was super focused on just animation alone. That was scary, having to focus so much on just animation, and I really didn't focus too much on the environments or anything. So I think Cyberpunk's gonna be better in that regard. But yeah. My throat's starting to die because I've been talking for an hour straight without stopping. I guess we could probably close out stream, unless anybody wants to talk about anything. I really don't care right now. I'm like, I want to work more on Cyberpunk, but I hate doing it on stream. I hate working on actual projects on stream. It is the worst experience ever. I know I'm gonna be streaming again on Friday. I want to stream on Friday and actually record a tutorial to put onto Patreon to also have the project file on there. So that'll be the first one of that. And I'm sorry I didn't stream on Monday. I posted the video, the anime CGI bad video. I posted, so I didn't want to like double up a bunch of content, because I even had the Halloween video come out the same day. So I was like, I don't want to triple up on content there. Very annoying. My throat hurts so bad. I've been up for like an hour. When did the stream start? An hour ago. Quite literally just an hour ago. I was up an hour before that, so I've been up for 2 hours. And I'm still drinking my coffee. And I want to die. And I just want to work on Cyberpunk. I want to keep making buildings and really... What would be a cool area to make? Maybe the Arasaka building would be nice, like the main tower in the show. What David's like, I'm God, basically. Whatever the fuck he says. I know he basically thinks he's God in that. That would be fun to do today. It's actually a pretty easy building to make. It should be, at least. I'm gonna probably jump into the game, take reference pictures. I won't use the model ripping software, but I will jump into the game and take pictures. I want to use it as I just don't want to use it as much as possible, because it feels like cheating. Um, and honestly, it's kind of more annoying to have the models already there and then try to remodel them from scratch, and then doing that for the whole building like I did for Lucy's apartment. That was shit. Don't want to do that again. So, well, it's still better, I guess, to a degree, but it still sucks. Fuck, man. I don't even want to. I don't want to do nothing today. Getting hacked was so annoying. My body hurt from it. Ooh, I have a song that I made. There was like a day where I was... Oh, you know what happened? I was rendering the Halloween video, which literally took quite literally an entire day to render. It was the first time I've ever really let something render that long without like trying to do some fixes on it. So I made a song to pass the time, and the first song I make was the song that I liked. Which one is it? There's one with just guitar and one with no guitar. I mean, one with drums and no drums. I'll play this and then head out. Yeah, so that just loops, and I played guitar for it, and I was really bored. But I haven't made a song that I was happy with in a while, because I usually do that when I'm really bored. Really, really bored. I don't even play guitar that often. Goodbye. It's the end of the stream. I don't want to do this anymore, so I'm gonna fucking leave. Alright. Peace out. Peace out. I hope everyone has a good day. I know there's only a few people here, but anyways, for people that are going to be watching the stream after the fact, that is for them. So, deuces. I'm going to go make the Arasaka build.